Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. You know what time it is? It is Tuesday, and it is time to be with Northern Stamper. Thank you for joining me. I hope everything is working here. Let's just check it all out. My name is Tina Kavergich. I am a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am located just east of Toronto in a little town called Ajax. I don't know if you know where that is. Give me a thumbs up if you do know where Ajax is. And comment below to let me know where you're from. I'd love to know where everybody's from. I'm just checking everything out, seeing if everything works, and hopefully not turning anything off. So, as I said, I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if you do not have a demonstrator, I'd be thrilled to have you email me, northernstamper@gmail.com, and grab a catalog or ask me questions or anything like that. Comment below. I'm not sure if I can see any of the comments yet, but I am always looking. Thank you for joining. Oh, good morning, Sandra. So today is November the 9th, and I don't know if you, but I have started in November Take Along Tuesdays, which means that I send out packages based on the cards that we're going to make every Tuesday, and you can craft along with me. Now, November is completely already booked, and those packages have gone out. I do have packages available coming up for December, so if you want to join in December, you can either comment below, or I will post a link to the sign up page for that. So what happens is I send you a little package. Everything is pre-cut based on the cards that we are going to make today. Now, I am very excited for today because today we are using two of my favorite items. So this is, whoops, I want to get it here without tossing everything around. We are going to be using new designer series paper, or some people may call it just pretty paper. So this is called Eden's Garden. So this is absolutely gorgeous. My favorite color, green. And you can see it's already shiny. Beautiful, beautiful colors in there. Beautiful green for springtime. I know we're spring, but, and gold. So those are some. And these are the rest. They normally do come as 12 by 12. But I make a little note because coming in January, there's a new catalog. And what happens is I purchase all of the pretty papers and I cut them in half or in quarters into 6 by 6, and you can always grab a little bit of each pack. So instead of you paying like $300 to buy all the papers, I do that. And you get it for 1/4 of the price, which is roughly maybe between $60 and $80, depending on how many packages they come out with. And this is definitely one of them that you want to grab. So look at the gorgeous colors. You'll see it a little bit more as I place it. Oh, where is it? On the table. So they're double-sided. So you'll want to join in for January's paper share. So I will be getting that going, and that roughly will be probably, I'm going to start in the next couple of weeks taking sign-ups, because how exciting, this week we get to see what is in the new catalogs coming out in January. So I get to have a sneak peek. That's one of my favorite things to do. Good morning, Joan. I'm glad you could join. And my friend Liz, thank you for joining me. Karen, thank you. I haven't seen you for a while. I'm glad you could make it. The paper shares are actually a lot of fun, and they are great. Yes, Sandra, paper shares are fantastic because, I don't know about you, when I look in a catalog and I see, oh, they got papers, and you know, they're okay. They don't spark joy or whatever in the catalog because they're pretty flat. You can't quite get the whole feel of the paper, not just the feel, but the visual. And what happens is, once I get the papers, the ones that I think, I don't know if this ever happens to you, the ones I think, ugh, yuck, I don't like those end up to be my absolute favorite. Take, for example, in the mini catalog, and if you don't have it, drop me a comment. I will mail one out to you. I have a couple left that I can send out. I was looking when I first got the catalog, and I'm looking online and I'm flipping through, and there was one that was all black and gray and, pretty kind of, just didn't really look that great. And I'm going, oh, it's called Peaceful Place. And I thought, oh, why would they choose black and white and gray? That's not very Christmassy. But what happens is I did the paper share. Everybody got a little bit, so I got it in and I'm starting to cut. And when I got that paper in my hand, I was so shocked on it. Ended up to be one. I actually have two of favorites in here. It ended up to be one of my top favorite papers. And I hoard that, so I try and make as much as I can with it. And coming up, and I think a couple of weeks, we'll be making some cards with that, with the Peaceful Place, which is the black and gray. Absolutely stunning, but you can't, like you say, you can't judge a book by its cover. So the paper shares are fantastic. Got to tell you, a little bit of everything. So this way, even myself, I get a little bit. So once I get the little bit, I can see, oh, I really like this, and I'll buy more and more of that. So at least I get an idea of what I like. So never turn down a paper share because they are fantastic. Just love the papers. They are actually one of my favorite card making tools from Stampin' Up. So yeah, I gotta tell you, love the stamp sets and everything, but I don't know, I like to think that the paper that they have really makes and should be the showcase of a lot of the cards. Now there are a lot of great cards that you can make, but I love the paper. Can't say enough about that. And I'm gonna show you something that I made to kind of show that off. So this is a little book I made. I had some scraps of, like I said, leftover paper from the paper share. So what I made is I made this cute little book, and I'm not quite done. I still have to put in, like, what I wanted to do is for each page, put in a little, like, $5 or $10 gift card for each page, and give it as, so this becomes a little booklet. So I'm gonna tie it up, and inside each page has like a little gift card for Tim Hortons, and one for Subway, and one for something else, and one for a car wash, and that becomes my gift. So there you go. Look at that. The paper share created this, and this is actually a really cool idea. I love this. It's not quite done. I'm still working on it, so it's my work in progress. So I still have to decorate and put more in, but you can see I put a little deer in, and this is a lot of fun. So don't discount the papers. The papers are fantastic. So mark down, coming in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start putting out the paper share. Okay, so mark that down. As I mentioned, okay, so if you have any questions, northernstamper@gmail.com. I can send, it doesn't matter where you are in Canada. I have team members all across Canada, and we actually do get together. I try and do it virtually, but hopefully as COVID kind of goes down a little bit, we'll do a hybrid of in-house and virtual together. So we have a lot of fun. Our team, fantastic. They are a bunch of talented ladies. I love them to death. They're fantastic, and they all have great qualities, and there are lovely ladies. So the reason I'm saying that is because right now in the month of November is a super duper great sale. So what you want to do, if you're looking at increasing your supplies, getting ink pads or blocks or anything like that, they have a great deal right now. You choose $165 worth of product from either the mini catalog, which is filled with great, fantastic holiday stuff, like Christmas to Remember. This should be on your list. Grab this in your starter kit. I have used this, if you're following me, you'll notice I've used this on almost every single card I've made for Christmas. Just love it. So use that. So choose from the mini catalog, anything. $165 or for the annual catalog. And a lot of these has the inks the blocks, things to get started. So choose $165, join my team, and the best part is you pay only $100. I don't know about you. I go to that store down the street and I can drop $100, no problem. So join my team. Let's have some fun. Let's get going and have crafting fun. So add some stamp sets. Great. Love this. Christmas to remember. Christmas season, which in a couple of weeks at the end of November, those that have the packages, we will be using this to create some really great cards. But make sure you have this stamp set or something similar along with ink pads. So you don't want to miss that. So that's a Takeaway Tuesday. So say you wanted to build a kit. A lot of people say, well, I don't know what to start with. Ink pads. Right now, grab the Evening Evergreen or a red, like a real red or a cherry cobbler. These are $10. Get a couple of blocks, some of the beautiful designer series paper, a package of that. Get some ribbons, cardstock. So whatever color this may be in the packages, they do list the colors that match this. So there would be Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent. Grab some colored cardstock, note cards and envelopes. So that's a great start because, you know, it's $9 and you get 20 in there and you can start making cards right away. Grab some embellishments, and that, I'm telling you, you're already only at $135, $30 more. A couple of stamp sets, like definitely this one, Christmas to Remember, and you're all set. $165. There is always a strategy when you place your starter kit, and there's always a strategy to, like, if you want to continue. So I'm telling you, drop me an email. I will help you figure that out. Okay, I'm here to help you. I don't want to pressure you. I won't like be on your case every 2 days and say, you know, you need to get this. You know what? Let me know how I can help you, because we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to save money. We're all trying to get the best quality. We're all trying to, like, spread some joy. So let's get together and do that together. Choose $165 worth of product, $100. Join my team. Let's have some fun. Let's create some cards. And it's great. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. So enough yabbering about that. There are some dates I want you to remember and mark it down on your calendar. Their Stampin' Up! Has a sale coming up on November the 16th to the 18th. They've got some items that are on sale and they are on discount. So if you're thinking of getting that starter kit, you want to get it during that sale. So you want to build even more. So get the sale and the starter kit. Buy them together because you'll get more for your money. So that's a little tip. Mark that on your calendar. Join my team November the 16th. Email me, northernstamper@gmail.com. Like I said, there is a strategy. I can help you get that. So let's get more for your money, because that's the way life is all about. I used to be a huge coupon freak, and there's always a strategy to everything. So watch for the sale coming on the 16th. Also, mark on your calendar, November the 26th, I have my black sale. I am selling off box loads of stamp sets, ink pads, ribbons, embellishments that I have stockpiled. So mark that on, but unfortunately that does not qualify with the starter kit. Starter kit is with Stampin' Up! When you join the team. This is something different. This is my sale for Northern Stamper. So November the 26th. All right. So mark that down. Also, I've got a lot of fun stuff coming up in December. There's a retired bingo. So I'm bingo and selling off. All the prizes are over there. I don't know if you can see. Great prizes from retired products. $20 for playing bingo. And those kits are at least $40 each one. So there's 6 of them. So those are all the prizes, and that is December the 10th. I've got a couple of spaces left, and then I'm going to be cutting it off. So let me know about that. I have a customer appreciation day coming up in the end of December. Make sure you're on that. Those that have already purchased from me, you're on my list already. And don't forget, New Year's bingo. Okay? And I would go into January, but woo, that's a long time away. Plus, I still got a plan for that one. And that's coming from this weekend's convention. All right, enough yammering about that. So let's get started. Those that have Takeaway Tuesday, look for your package that says November the 9th, okay? And we are going to get going on that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you up on the camera mount. So I'm going to just kind of grab you so you're not too like, what is that? Like a seesaw, roller coaster, whatever. All right, so let's get you up onto the camera mount. All right, look at that. Woohoo. Okay. Oh, you can't see it. All right. So these little pine cones, super sweet. That's what we're going to be making kind of roughly in the end of November with our one of our Takeaway Tuesdays. I love this set. So there's the little pine cone. So super cute. Northern Stamper, my name is Tina Kavergich. Drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Like I said, I will do my best to help you get anything, answer your questions, anything that you have to say. So let's get started. I just wanted to show you again the gorgeous papers from Eden's Garden that we're going to be using today. Okay, love it. Beautiful. I love green and I love the gold in this. Fantastic. It is really, really beautiful. And I'm looking forward to making this, and I'm so excited for the new papers coming out in January. So don't forget, paper share. Now, like I said, I'm going to be using Christmas to Remember. I just absolutely love, love, love this stamp set. I can't say enough about it. The reason that I like it is I think the script in this stamp set is just absolutely gorgeous. And it's just sentiments. So I can use this year after year. And it is great. It is like I've used it for the insides of the cards and the outsides of the cards. I think this is one I will never be parting with because I hate to say it, it has truly become one of my favorite. Okay, so Christmas to Remember, add this to your starter kit for Christmas, and you're going to be using this for years to come, I got to tell you. Okay, so let's get started. And what we're going to do in our package, so we're going to open up our package, Takeaway Tuesday, Craft with Northern Stamper for the November the 9th. And inside, okay, I packaged these all up myself, so that everything should be in there. So you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, look at that. So there is a card base. So this is called Basic White, and I've already cut and scored it for you. So there is the Basic White card base. So you need that. Let's put that aside. There are two pre-punched dies that I've created. These are little labels. So there is one in Evening Evergreen and one in Basic White. So there you go. This is a great, I love punches. So they are exactly the same size, but I'm going to tell you and show you how to make it go further, okay? There is a strip of gold that we're going to be using, and 4 strips of designer series paper, and you're going to take a look and see there, you can see the gold in them, and they're two-sided, and it's up to you which sides that you want to use. So there are 4 of them in there. As you take apart your package, you're going to notice there are some tiny little embellishments, and these are little holly leaves. Now let's see, can you see them there? They're really pretty, and they are in the embellishment section of the mini catalog, and they look really, really pretty, and they really highlight the gold in the designer series paper. Okay, so there should be about 3 leaves in there. So let's put them off to the side. And the last item is this beautiful green, soft, succulent cardstock. And what we're going to do is you can use this if you do not have any supplies that I'm going to be using, like to emboss, that's okay. You can use it just plain the way it is. But what I want to show you is I am going to be embossing this paper, and it's called dry embossing because we are going to take an embossing folder. And this one is this package. It comes with 2 embossing folders. It's called Wintry 3D Embossing Folder. So there's one that has like little pine needles and stuff like that, and there's one that has snowflakes, and we're going to be using the one with the pine needles in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my mini cut and emboss machine. So this is a very tiny one. I know it looks huge. Don't be afraid. It just looks huge. Okay, so I'm going to make like a little sandwich. I know it's a little close, but just wanted to show you. So I'm going to put that in, and oh, my paper doesn't fit. So what I need to do, okay. What I need to do is if you're not going to emboss and you say you have a larger emboss machine, just leave the cardstock the way it is and place it in. And you just want to emboss the top portion of the cardstock. But because I'm using the mini, this won't fit through. So what I'm going to do is just for this, I'm going to cut it a little bit down to about 3 inches. And that's okay because the part is, some of it will be hidden under the other pretty papers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be embossing this. I'm going to run it through like a little sandwich. Okay, wait till you see what this looks like. Come on, let's see. All right, let's get this guy going. He doesn't seem to be wanting to go. Let's... Okay, what is his problem? Maybe I need a different plate. Oh, that's right. I was using the wrong plate. Follow the instructions. Let's see if it goes through now. Ah, that seems a little bit too thin. And did it emboss? It did not. Okay, let's try this one. Let's go through this way. There we go. Did it emboss? Yes, it did. Oh, it looks great. Okay. Whew. Some little technical difficulties. Does that ever happen to you? I had a little technical difficulty. Okay. So, I've run it through the embossing machine. So let's flip it open and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, look at that. I don't know if you can tell. The paper's now embossed. So there we go. It's got little bits of, what is it? Oh, pine needles and stuff like that. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in my card base. So doesn't that look great? I love this. I wanted to emboss it because it gives some depth to the card. Now, because I used the mini stamp emboss machine, I had to cut the portion off. But your piece, it may be completely all the way through, like straight down. And what I'm going to do is actually, it's this top part that I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue this down to the, ooh, which side should, oh wow, look at that. See what happens when you turn it over? It looks a little different. Okay. All right, let's see what side. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is, wow. Okay, this is a little tough decision. I don't know what side I want to use. I'm just going to bite the bullet and do this side. Okay. See, sometimes I find that when you flip over some of the papers, you unexpectedly realize that there's something, it's like something special on the other side. So I'm going to put down this embossed piece. If your piece was completely full, you would just glue it down completely onto the white card base. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. You're going to glue it down. Like I said, this portion down here, because I have it cut off, I'm not worried because the papers that I have, the strips, will be going on that. Okay, so let's look at that. Looks fantastic. It is all nicely glued down. Now, let's get our 4 strips of designer series paper. Now, I don't know about you, but I love both sides and I can never decide which one I want to use. I am a big believer in placing things down first and then gluing it. So what I'm going to do, oh, I really like that side, so I want to use that. I'm going to place it down, and then I'm going to start moving my strips around to see which ones I want to use. So I'm going to lay it down. That looks actually really nice. What happens if I flip one of these over? Oh, look at that. What if I flip them all over and just use the gold side? I could do that too, because the little piece of bronze that I have will go along the top and kind of cover it. Now, wow. Now, do I want these pieces, what do I want to show off? Do I want to show off the designer series paper more than the embellishment? I mean the embossed piece? So take your time and kind of move things around and figure out what you like best. Oh, I like the other way better, so I'm going to, I like that. You know, keep flipping them around. Oh, maybe I'll do this. Dark, light, dark, light, I don't know. So there's always a way. Oh man, this is tough. I don't know about you, but I'm having a hard time. I like them both. Okay. Oh, that side's really pretty too. So take your time and figure out what you like. And maybe I'll do this. And like that. Nope, I like that. This way, and this one. Move it around. Oh, there. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so I have an idea. I'm just going to go with this. That design. So like I said, take your time, and what you want to do is the paper will go, it's been pre-measured, so it should go across, so it should be 4 inches, and each of this strip is 1 inch wide. Okay, and you want to have a little bit on the bottom. You know what? It does, nothing says that you can't have it butt up against the edge. That's fine. I like it that it has a little bit of white, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like a little marker to make sure that I have them all nice and straight, and as I glue it down, I'm going to use that as a spacer, or we can just eyeball it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from one side and start gluing. So I'm going to start on my left side, and I'm going to add glue to the strip, and as I go along, so I'm going to use the side as a measurement to get it straight. Okay, I'm going to adhere that down so there's a little space on the bottom, and now I'm going to move on to the next one. Add a little bit of adhesive, and I'm going to carefully follow that along. Okay, it's butt up against it all the way across, right? And I'm going to just keep going. Oh, it kind of hurts to cover up that beautiful side, but we will make other cards with this paper. I love this. I love green, and I love the gold. Can't tell you enough. The papers are absolutely stunning. So, okay. So it looks like I have a little bit. I may have cut these a little bit too off. So let's actually carefully, you can lift it off carefully, and it's all about how the eye hides it. So let's place that up. Okay, maybe we'll make a little bit of space, tiny little bit, so I can space in between. Oh, maybe that's the last one that was crooked. Maybe that was the trick. There we go. Maybe it was the last one that was my little difficulties. No. Okay. There we go. It's much easier if you had used the whole piece. And we'll just space it out a smidgen. Sometimes this happens. You know what? I forgot that we can actually hide this a little bit. So, bear with me. I think I had cut my pieces a little bit too thin. There we go. I'll put a little bit of space in between each one. Nobody will ever notice. There we go. Now, so I've got them all laid down. Okay, and what I'm going to do next is, because I had to space them out a little bit and I can see that cardstock break in between, I'm going to hide that with my gold. So instead of placing my gold at the top where I initially had it, I'm going to bring it down and kind of hide it along there. So, you know, it's all about little tricks and tips. And you know what? I'm not going to be too hard on myself about this, because this is a handmade card and it's going to look just as gorgeous as if I did it a different way. So I love that. Look at that. A little bit on the top, a little bit on the bottom. I love that. That looks really good. So I'm very impressed. I'm very happy. So the initial one I had for my design had it along the top, covering where the seam meets the cardstock. But you know what? I like this too. So I am very happy. You know, I'm not about perfection. This, you know, when I make mistakes, mistakes turn out just as lovely. I really like that. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's get our little sentiment tags. Okay, and we're going to do some stamping on this. So I'm going to put this off to the side. Don't lose your little leaves, okay? So you don't want to lose them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp a sentiment right on this one here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stamp and I'm just going to lay it down just to make sure it fits. So this one fits really nicely. It fills up the whole space. As opposed to, say I took another one, I'm going to lay it down. I can see that this one will not fit. It kind of goes over, so I know that it's not going to work. So this is a little tip before you start stamping. Lay the stamp on top and see if it fits. And this does. Okay, that looks great. Okay, I am going to get my block. I love these blocks. These blocks are nice and thick and they have a little area to hold on to. And I'm going to get one of my favorite ink colors, Evening Evergreen, great for Christmas. Okay, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to pat and turn so I can pick up ink, because the ink it might be a little heavier on one side than the other. And I'm going to stamp this on here. And if I make a mistake, that's okay. I'm going to flip it over. And it turned out really lovely as that. So I am going to use that, and let me just clean off my stamp. Okay, this is my Stampin' Scrub. It looks like it's got little bristles, and I like this because it gets in between all of the little places. So this is the wet side, and there is a dry side. So I wash it and then I dry it, and look, it's all nice and clean. Works really, really well. Yeah, Janice, there are no mistakes, just embellishment opportunities. Love it. Okay, so as I mentioned, this punch is exactly the same size. So if you have a choice, you can either just offset it a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little trick. I am going to cut this, so I see which way does it go. It goes like this, and I'm going to cut it on a diagonal because I want it to overlap on each side. So I'm going to look for across, okay, where I can cut. So I'm going to cut across, not going to cut this way. I'm going to be cutting diagonal. So there's a little spot there. I'm going to cut right across. Okay, so I have two halves now. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I will flip this over. Whoop, and I can see Okay, see where I cut? It kind of hides, it's hidden behind this little bump. So there's a little bit hanging over. I'll move this over, and I'm going to add a little bit of tape just to keep it in place. Okay, and I'm going to do the exact same for the top side. So see where the little bump is? I'm going to hide it, move it over, because if I cut on a diagonal, you won't really notice where I've cut it. See, on the back? There we go. So the tape is just to hold it in place. And you can see there's the diagonal cut. Now I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive on that side and adhesive on that side. Okay, so there we go. So it looks like it's a larger tag. So back to our card. We're going to take our card, okay, and I'm going to lay it down wherever hey, that looks fantastic. I love it. And it really looks nice with the embossed piece. So I like it here, or I could move it here. You know, it's up to you. Like I said, it's the best thing is move it around, see where it strikes your fancy. I'm going to add some, what are these spongy things called? Dimensionals. I think I need more coffee. I'm going to add these on the back. Okay. Oh, some days, man, some days I just wonder. Okay, I've added my dimensionals on the back, and I'm just going to pop it on. Ah, this is coming together really nice, don't you think? Look at that. Love it. Now, our little leaves, our little gold embellishment leaves. Okay, that's time to bring them in. And let's get some glue dots. I like to call them convincing dots, because I like to convince my embellishments where they want to go. Ha! I don't know about you, but I think that's funny. So I'm going to get the glue dot and place it on the back of the leaf. Now you can, like I said, lay it down first and then kind of put where you want, but I know I want it in this embossed area, because I think if I put it over here, it's going to get lost a little bit. So remember, when art class, you always have groups of 3. So your eye, when it looks at the 2, it's going to say, you know, there's something not quite right. I don't know why it does that, but it likes groups of 3. So when you look in nature, it's always groups of 3 too. So we're going to add some glue dots on the back there and place it as groups of 3. Let's move that over a little bit. Should I do that? Oh, I'll just put them right there in the middle. Okay. That looks fantastic. Oh my goodness. Love it. Okay. And what we're going to do is this card is not done, because we have an envelope and we have the inside still. So I'm going to take a look, and now I'm going to use one of the larger stamps from this Christmas to Remember, and I'm going to stamp the inside of the card with love and joy, like a nice sentiment, in the same color as here, Evening Evergreen. Okay, let's open it up. Now be very careful, because if you make a mistake, but that's okay, because if you make a mistake, you can always add a piece over and it will just be just as pretty. All right, so I'm going to carefully place it in the middle. Okay. Oh, look at that. Love it. Now, if you have any extra stamps that have like images and stuff like that, let's see what we can add for that. Okay, so I'm going to grab, oh, Christmas season. Oh, let's see what we got here. We got we can add some of that. Let's see what else we got. This is Evening Evergreen. I got some poinsettia petals. I could add that. That's interesting. Oop, a little fluff there. Oh, you know what? In poinsettia petals, there's like the little, what are those, berries? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at those berries. Okay, and you know what? If you have a different color ink, like maybe crumb cake or something, use that. That will look really lovely. But I have Evening Evergreen here on the table, so what I'm going to do is that's what I'm going to use, but I'm not going to use the full strength. So I'm going to ink it up, stamp once. I'm going to test it out on my paper and see how it turns out. Oh, that's going to look lovely. So I'm going to do a stamping off. So I'm going to stamp once, and then two. Oh, and I'm just going to leave it like that. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's the same color, but it's a little lighter. Oh, that looks really lovely. I like that. Okay, and because I have my ink open, I'm really impressed with that. Oh, I'm so impressed. Yes, Liz, I'm so impressed with myself. I am going to now put some on my envelope. So let's add, I'm going to use that same stamp and place it on the front. Looks fantastic. I don't know about you. I've already started packaging and my Christmas cards. I've got a whole bunch going out. Very excited. Gonna wait a couple of more days, a week, and then they'll go out. That looks great. It's going to be such a treat for somebody to get this. They're going to see that in their mailbox and just, oh my gosh, I could, you know what, I could keep going with this stamp set. Okay, that looks great. I love it. So this is the card we made for Take Away Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it. I love the embossed part. The papers look great, even though made a little boo-boo. Can't tell. Looks fantastic. I'm very happy. Don't forget to do the inside. Look at that. It's the same color, but slightly lighter. I think that looks really nice. And we did the envelope that goes along with that. So I do hope that I've given you some ideas. Drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com, if you're interested in snagging the starter kit and joining our team. Don't forget the sale coming up November 16 to 18, and my Black Friday, which is November the 26th. So hold on, ladies. I don't want to lose you yet. All right, there we go. So thank you again for joining me, and next week we have another package that we're going to be using, and we are going to be using, I want to make sure I grab the right one. I believe it is, we're going to be using little animals. Love it! Love it! So, I really like this card. I'm very impressed. What do you think? So, thank you for joining me. I hope I've given you some ideas. Drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com, if you have any questions about anything. I am happy to help you. And always remember, there's a strategy to everything. And I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.